attention, but if you cannot understand, your eyes is closed. And Satan will sit down on your eyes to close it, that you will not be able to comprehend. So the song says, open my eyes that I may see. That God will give us illumination, understanding. Because the natural man cannot understand spiritual things. And as you start sitting there, you will not feel the likes to participate. While others are singing, I saw some other students. While others are singing wonderfully, operating, others are so that. So we need God's Spirit, which is the Spirit of wisdom, the Spirit divine, as the song says, to help us that we may understand. He will be the one to open our eyes. This morning will be the fourth in the series of lessons and messages on wisdom. So next week we will have a presentation of skit. Call it SKIT, not drama, because drama is long. Skit are this presentation of short, brief presentation of what we have learned from wisdom. And so this morning, the title of our study is the title of our study, Mouth. Sabi nila, open my eyes, but it's the mouth. When your eyes are open, the mouth will speak. If your eyes are closed, the mouth has no words to say. So first, the deaf must lend their eyes so that you can. If you will not lend your eyes, zero. Buku. So you have to lend your eyes just like Ronnie. Si Ronnie can reading. So open my eyes that I may see wonderful truths thou hast given for me. You have said and given for me. So this morning, the title, Mouth. This morning, I looked at the board. Mouth, causing. Titignan man si. What is the meaning of that word? Oozing. Meaning it's not to be pressed. Itself just flows. You don't have to open it. When it is oozing, even though you will stop it, just like water, you stop it, it will. Mouth oozing with wisdom. So that with our so that when your mouth, when your eyes are open, your mouth will have to say, your hands will can sign. So it is mouth oozing with wisdom. Kaya kanina sabi si Tisha sa scripture reading, when you will be called to witness for God, you don't have to worry what to say. Your mouth will ooze, will flow answers that will make the people down. You cannot answer it. So that is the spirit of wisdom from the Lord that we need to have. You don't have to be boo-boo. You don't have to be ignorant and careless and dumbfounded when facing the enemy. God is preparing wisdom, the spirit of wisdom, to give you, to help us, to arm, to give us arm. So it says here, when we ooze, our mouth will say something. When is that? Especially during the time of crisis, during the time of difficult times. Difficult times means crisis, trouble. Sometimes when there's no trouble, we can say something. Be silent. But the difficulty, when there are crises, you will have stress that you will forget to say something. But the spirit of wisdom will give you help. That during difficult times, James says, you can ask for wisdom from the Lord. So, it is good that during change, may change. Kung wala sang change, okay lang, very fine. Takbo. But during troubled times, during crisis, when there is a change, when there is difficulty, when there is trouble, your mouth can also with wisdom. You can have words to say, to answer during difficult times. And so, James said, count it joy when you fall into diverse temptation or trouble, or you are in a change, in a crisis, in difficulty, in trouble. Count it joy, because God is preparing something. And if you cannot face the trouble with an answer, a right idea, ask from God, ask wisdom from God. The reason why your mouth can flow words to answer the enemy is because you have wisdom that you have asked from God. You cannot say, nobody helped me and I'm trembling. No. James is saying, when there is a change, when you need to stand before the enemy in difficult times, you need wisdom, ask it from God. And God will give it to you generously. For those who are seeking and asking wisdom, God will give. So that at the times of difficulty and trouble, your mouth can answer and have words, right words to answer the enemy, that they will be put to shame. For the deaf, you will have hands to answer. Your hands will be flowing signs. That is the right signs to answer the enemy. And they will be in awe, because the spirit of wisdom from your Father is there to help you. So, can it be during examination? There is a change. During normal days, when we are in class, we don't need so much. But during the time when there is test, that is difficulty, you can ask wisdom from God, and He will help you to answer your exam. Students, that is why we are using this message in the opening of classes, in the opening of the school year, because we need wisdom. We need to understand that God is offering wisdom to those who seek it and to those who ask. Bubo ka, ask ka. Mababagsabi ka, matalino ako. Alam ko sino ka. But those who humble themselves and ask help from the Lord and accept that they need help, God will grant. Even in times of trouble, in times of difficulty. So, here we see that James said, my brothers and sisters, so for brothers and sisters, you will have many kinds of trouble. Not only during exam in the classroom, sometimes you will have difficulty at home, difficulty here, when you meet people, but this gives you a reason to be very happy. Be happy when there is change. You know that when your faith is tested, you will learn to be patient in suffering. If you let that patience work in you, the end result will be good. You will be matured. Those people who will not meet difficulty will not grow mature. If they want only easy life, they will become baby. So we are not seeking difficulty, but in case we are in a situation of difficulty, accept it. In a way, you can ask wisdom from the Lord. And when you face difficulty, that's the time you will grow, become mature, stop to become baby in your actions and in your ways, and become wild. In verse 4, if you let that patience work in you, the end result will be good. You will be mature and complete. You will be all that God wants you to be. But in verse 5 it says, do any of you need wisdom in difficult times, in times of trouble and testing? You are panicked and you know that you have no wisdom to face the trouble. James said, do you need wisdom? Then ask it of God. He is generous and He enjoys giving. He is not giving. No, He enjoys giving. If you ask from the Lord is happy. He enjoys. He smiles when He moves. Kailangan ng tao na magbigay na gano'n. Baka pag-ugarin ka nila. Pag-agin nito pagdaan. But God enjoys giving. Opposite. He enjoys giving to everyone, so He will give you wisdom. Okay. Now, your mouth will be oozing, will flow words or signs in difficult times, but you have to ask it from the Lord. Your part is to ask, to sleep. Your part, if you don't know, you need to ask it from the Lord. Next. Now, in 1 Kings 4:29-31, Solomon asked it from the Lord. He was so young. I'm sure maybe he was trembling. He was so young, maybe at the age 21 or 18. He will be the king of Israel. And so he knew the work is too big. The responsibility is too big. A great responsibility in the shoulder of Solomon, who was at the time young man. So he asked it from the Lord. And God gave Solomon wisdom, a very great insight He has in his eyes. Open my eyes. Sabi Samson kanina, open my eyes. Solomon's eyes were open, and the breadth of understanding as measureless as the sand of the seashore. His understanding, what he has in his mind, can be compared to the sand and the seashore. Solomon's wisdom was greater than the wisdom of all people in the East. Ang mga people sa East, mga magicians. They can pull the snake. Magic sila. The people in Egypt are magicians. Kaya magiging sa ulo nila. Puso. But the Bible tells us, when Solomon gave wisdom, when God gave, or if Solomon received wisdom from the Lord, his wisdom exceeds all the people in the East. Solomon's wisdom was greater than the wisdom of the people in the East, and greater than all the wisdom in Egypt. And Egypt, they are wise people. Do you know that Egypt built a pyramid? In Egypt, their science is advanced. They're wise. When they embalm the dead person, lagyan ng gamot. 400 years, the body is still solid. Continue. Ang pinili mo yung embalm. In 3 days, magbaho. 3 days, 1, 2, 3. Baho na. Kinain ng buo. Until now, the people of the world don't know how the Egyptian embalmed the dead. They don't do that. Si Marcos, hindi patay si Marcos. Ganyan ko siya. May bago silang away, ginalagay sa ice. Isaksak sa kumunti. Tapos ang higaan ni Marcos, whole So ang body niya, not mag-become sand. Mag-press, mag-hard. Press ang chicken pa, lagay mo sa freezer. So, hindi mo siya nag-iisan. Kristal pa lang, kristal. May kristal. Nag-kiss ang iyang misis. Like? Like that. Long time. But, until now, Egyptian has the ability and has the wisdom that a dead person will continue, will not turn into dust. But the Bible tells us, kung wise ang Egyptian, Solomon is wiser than the Egyptian. The Bible records it. So number 1, from this lesson, we can learn number 1, wisdom is the principal. First na siya. Principal. Wisdom is the principal thing. In other words, kung i-arrange mo, if you arrange things, riches, wealth, health, and any other things, the first thing, the principal thing should be wisdom. The verse in verse 7 chapter 4 of Romans says us, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom with all thy getting, get understanding. Ang mga babae, ng mga muse, mag-muse, mag-contest sa muse, tanong sila. Tanong mo si Julius. Asang imutiliyon? Hindi ka. Wealth, wisdom, health, or things, or position. President ka, you like. Mag-wealthy ka, you like. Mag-wise ka, you like. Hindi ka. So, ang mga matalino na babae mag-answer, do not give me long life. Do not give me wealth. Do not give me high position like president. Give me wisdom, and I will get everything. Principle, ibig sabihin, wisdom is the principle. Meaning, when you have wisdom, you get all. Kuha mo lahat. Kung magkuha ka ng sanglong life, bubo ka, ganyan yung mangyari ko. Ano ka? Or, kung magkuha ka sa long life, hindi man nga maglong. Kay bubo ka, you don't know what medicine to take. Your way of life, stand off. Mapatay ka. But if you get wisdom, is the principal thing. From that wisdom, it follows you will have long life, you will have honor, you will have praises, you will have peace, you will have wealth. So, meaning, parewas ang naka-bunch. When you pick up wisdom, may naka-tie up. Everything ties up with wisdom. Pag choose mo ang wisdom as the principal thing in your life, surprise ka, may nakadikit na wealth, may nakadikit na long life, may nakadikit na honor, may nakadikit na peace, prosperity. So that's number 1, we will be able to learn from this, that as a wise person, when you get wisdom, it's the principal thing, and when you have wisdom, many are connected to it. Actually, pag wise ka tao, you will live long. Pag wise ka tao, you will become rich. Sabi, for example, if you ask for wealth, pag hindi ka wise, you don't know how to do business. If you want honor, because if you are not wise, you will lose your honor. You will not have peace because you are not wise to arrange everything. Next. In Proverbs chapter 4, verse 8 and 9, it says here, therefore,
love wisdom.
If wisdom is the principal thing, what should you do? Now that we are going to school, we don't go ahead to business or to work in other place. First thing for a young man, he must seek wisdom. And then, number 2, he must love wisdom, and she will make you great. Hold on to wisdom, and she will bring you honor. Wisdom will reward you with a crown and honor and glory. So that's why wisdom is the principal thing. If you have wisdom, many things follows. Everything follows. Meaning wisdom is the leader. It's the first. Next. Number 2, not only that wisdom is the principal thing, wisdom has 2 hands. Ang wisdom daw, pareho sa babae na may dalawang kamay. Left and right. Okay? If you have 4 hands, pangit. Katakot. If you have 5 hands, ang spider, ilang bila ang kamay sa spider? How many? 6? 6? Dalawa sa ita, dalawa sa ito. 8 lang?
8?
Pangit. Basta pangit. Pangit ka 8. But, sabi dito, wisdom has 2 hands. The left and the right. But it says, if wisdom has 2 hands, do not focus on the left, do not focus on the right, focus on wisdom. Wisdom is compared to a woman. Turn not, so it says here, turn not to the right or to the left, wisdom will make you a God-seeker. That's the first manifestation of wisdom. If it is true that wisdom is like a woman with 2 hands, let us know what is the left and what is the right. Kung wisdom, my left hand, my right hand, what is in the left, what's in the right? Next. It is here. What's in the right? Wisdom has 2 hands. What's the right? The right hand, wisdom offers long life. A man or a student who is wise, a person who possess wisdom will live longer. Sayang na life. Long life. Siyempre alam niya, ang lifestyle niya, wise way. Hindi siya ignorant. Nasabugan siya kay ignorant siya. Ang baril. Kung bubong ang baril. Patay. Ignorant pa. Kung wise ka na tao, you will have the right long life. What's on the left?
And riches and
with the right hand, wisdom offers long life. With the other hand, which is the left, riches and honor. Did Solomon have it? Yes. Solomon being wise, his left hand, he has riches and honor. That is honor, even riches to the east. Kahit ang pinakamalapad is tungan group. Narinig nila sa Solomon because of his wisdom. So they come to visit him in Jerusalem. And so, wisdom will lead you to a life of joy and peace. Actually, dito, sabi sa iba in the study, 5 pillars of wisdom. You have long life, you have riches, you have honor, you have joy, and you have peace. 5 pillars of wisdom. Next. We will see that those who possess wisdom, if you have gotten wisdom, you will choose people whom you will fellowship in our study before. Kung wise ka tao, hindi ka mag-separate ka, mag-isolate. Dito lang po, dito lang po. No. If you're a wise person, you will associate with people who are wiser, who are wise people, so that you will be just like iron sharpens iron. So, he was wiser than anyone else, including Ethan. He chooses people who are wise to fellowship with him. But these people, as we know, those wise people, are in Jerusalem, in Israel, are worship leaders in the church, in the tabernacle. So it means these wise people are always closer to the Lord. So wisdom manifests itself in cherishing God first of all. Sabi natin, wisdom is the principal thing. Number 2, wisdom has 2 hands. But wisdom manifests itself by associating with the people of God and associating with God. You cherish your time with the Lord. You will know that it is the Lord who gives you wisdom. If you detach yourself from God, mabubulong. Kung pagmamalakan, what you have gotten, mag-drive. Diba? Mga professionals. If you have, for example, graduate ka na, nag-graduate ka sa school, you have graduated in any profession, become a lawyer, for example, lawyer, tapos din-detach yung sarili mo sa mga lawyer man, detach ka na. Kung graduate ka sa DMI, not ka na mag-detach ka, not ka na mag-work, mag-stay lang sa home, mag-buhay ka. So, the action of Solomon here is when he received wisdom from the Lord, he associates with wise people and he does not detach himself with the Lord. He cherishes the Lord. He wants to connect with the Lord. He is the source of wisdom so that the wisdom of Solomon will ever be fresher every day. Kung maghiwalay ka, bago ka siya. It is like a comparison of a lake na a water na spring. Pag magsipit ka dito sa lake, ang water sa lake ay lumako. Why? Every day, it is not changing. The same with a wise person. You cherish the Lord who is the giver of wisdom so that He will renew and add wisdom every day to your life. Just like a graduate in college must constantly read, must constantly practice what he has learned. The professionals, they have what they call journal in their profession. Ang mga teachers, may naana sila journal for the teachers that they keep on reading to keep them abreast with the new ways of life. For example, sa last 20 years ago, may mga tao na very wise. For example, si Jose Rizal. Wise si Jose Rizal? Yes, wise. But now, ang wisdom ngayon, kay si Rizal patay na, he don't know computer. Dalhin mo si Rizal na wise ngayon. Masurprise siya na ang bakal naglipan. Masurprise sa minute siya. You will be surprised because na-detach na siya. That's why a wise person who has wisdom must continue on to join with wise people and associates with them. So we cherish the God who gave that wisdom. Now, there's now the Oozing. Luke 11:31. We need that wisdom during the time of trouble, not only on ordinary days. But times when we have problems. What's your problem? I lost my money. What's your problem? I'm sick. What's your problem? We have this problem, the enemy are coming. So you need wisdom what to do. You use your wisdom to save your life. So look what the says. On Judgment Day, you people who will live now will be compared with the queen of the south. And she will be a witness who will show how guilty you are. Why do I say this? Because she traveled far away to listen to Solomon's wise teaching. And I tell you that someone greater than Solomon is right here, but you won't listen. Now, meaning, you want wisdom during the times of trouble? What should you do? Seek God. Why? Solomon, during his time, many people who want wisdom, visit Solomon for the purpose that they will learn, so that they will save their life during trouble in gaining wisdom. But Jesus said, if Solomon, as a wise person, many people they come to Solomon to learn wisdom of Solomon, how about now? We have a person greater than Solomon. Kanina sabi sa Bible, Solomon is the greatest.